Clements Homebrew coming at ya. Got another interesting beer. Gotta love it. Love interesting beers, and that's why I'm here doing this. It is just too much fun. Today, I have an Oyster Stout from Upright Brewing here in Portland, Oregon. You gotta look at that. Isn't that a beautiful bottle? That is truly just a beautiful label. This is a neat beer. This beer actually won a bronze medal winner in the World Beer Cup in 2012, and they actually use both oyster liquor. Now I'm gonna have to look that one up because I've never even heard of oyster liquor, as well as whole oysters from Hama Hama Oyster Company in Washington. And Hama Hama oysters are actually very good. I've had those. Good stuff. They give a lot of information as far as what's in this beer, which is really very, very cool. They have organic pale, caramel, black, and chocolate wheat in it, as well as unmalted. They've got the black barley and rolled rye. For hops, they've got Magnum, which I assume is the starting boil, and Antonum. And then on top of it, they use a Scottish ale yeast, which I like that. There's just too many things that excite me about this beer. So we're gonna go ahead and get it cracked open. This is a mere 6.25 ABV, and it's an English style stout, which basically means in terms of beer judging, it's gonna fall in the category of a sweet stout. So we've got the pour. And you know, I wasn't real hard, but I always give it a good pour. So we've got a nice, almost 2-finger head here, real rocky on top, but boy, is it just tight bubbles and really creamy on the sides. This thing it's pretty much black. It's you know, some brown hue, but boy, not much. There's no light coming through at all. Let's get a nose on it. Oh yeah, this actually really smells really, really good. I do like oyster stouts. And you know what? You get a little bit of brine in this. You can tell there's oyster in it. But I'm getting some really nice, sweet chocolate and coffee malts, roasted malt coming off that. There's no difficulty detecting any of this. Oh God, that smells good. Yeah, it's kind of like a baker's chocolate or something. It's yeah, I don't know if it'd be the powder type or your dry semi-sweet chocolate, but like a baker's chocolate. Oh my gosh, that is really, really nice. Really, really nice. The effect of the chocolate wheat puts a little different, you know, scent on it. You can tell there's some wheat to it. What's also interesting, the fact that there's rolled rye. Now, I'm not picking up on the rye at this point in the aroma at all. Oh, that's just lovely. All right, well, we're gonna get a taste. The Oyster Stout from Upright Brewing. Oh, that's really good. Oh, that's so good. And that little bit of oyster flavor, that little bit of brine really changes character so much in a beer. And yet, this still has so much flavor. It's got, other than the things I already described, it has some like woody smoke going on. Maybe that's what I was catching the aroma that I wasn't quite figuring out. It's like this woody smokiness to it. I didn't catch that they did anything like that in the brewing, but it is definitely there. And it's really strong at the end. You really catch that on the back end. Where it's semi-dry. It dries out a little bit, not fully. It's a nice medium body, kind of creamy. wonderful, wonderful roasty flavor mixed in with that smokiness. Really good. A little bit of chocolate, kind of a dark chocolate, semi-sweet, as I said again. Almost makes me think more like the powder, you know, or maybe both. I don't know. Makes me think of that powder, but maybe that's just a dry effect I'm getting off it. It's more of a bitter sweet on the chocolate to it. And probably part of that's coming in because they used Magnum. Really good hop. Oh yeah. I just got hit hard with that, like a bitter chocolate type of flavor again. Just some hints of coffee in there. It's there like a little bit of an espresso, but it's very light in the taste. And you can see it's leaving some lacing on the glass. No, not real huge, but no, it's not bad actually. That's pretty good. Wow, this is nice. I had some really good oyster stouts. I honestly think, I can't remember what it was. There was one out of England that I had that was very, very good. I think it was a little better than this, but boy, there just isn't anything wrong with this one. This is a really nice one, a sweet stout, as we'll call it, an oyster stout. I mean, it could have a little bit more sweetness to it for a sweet stout, but because that smokiness really dries it out a lot. Really nice though. No, nothing to complain about here. I'm gonna be enjoying this. I think I'm gonna let it warm up a little bit and I'll come back. Well, I've come back for my final thoughts. The aroma, nothing's really changed dramatically. You know, it still has pretty much the same balance. They put a lot of oyster in this, and so you're gonna get the oyster and you're gonna get the brininess, as well as getting some of those chocolates and things. But what you really get is this roasted malt with some chocolate character, hint of espresso, but that oyster briny, not overwhelming, but that balance coming in to kind of change the context of how it tastes. But in this particular one, you get a lot of that smoky wood on it, and then it's remained. And quite frankly, that's a really nice, welcome taste in it to me. I think it really does a great job balancing out a lot of these flavors, which probably is why they won awards with this. English stout, I've got to say it's a good one. On a sweet stout category, oyster stout, and I think I've got to swing in on this with a 90. Just right at the bottom of that excellent range. Very, very good. I think that there might be possibly too much of the smoke and wood, which is covering up too many of the other flavors. And I don't like it when a brewer tries to hide things with stuff. I don't know if that was their intention, but that's how it is coming off. On the other hand, it's really very good, obviously. So overall, let's see what we've got. Overall, again, a very pleasurable beer. I'm going to drop down a few notches on my overall. In this particular case, I think I'm going to drop down to an 88. It still is a very good beer in my overall of things that I'd like to drink. Of course, I drink some really good things, as do many of you. Why? Because life is too short to drink cheap beer. And I will, as you know. I'll see you in another beer review soon. Cheers.